Hey everybody, welcome back to my garden. So I'm here again today doing some work. I'm gonna try to work on the privacy fence that I talked about last time, do a couple other things. So check this out. So I made some more progress with this tree that's fallen down here. That felt pretty good. So I'm hopefully going to cut up this into maybe like a 6 or 7 foot section, and hopefully eventually at some point in time get it milled and have some slabs, and then hopefully be able to try to make a table or like a computer desk or something. That it is pretty cool, since this tree has probably been growing on my family's land for maybe 60, 70, 80 years. I think it's a pretty cool little project to take on. And while I was in here earlier, I'm after doing some stuff already, but it's forgot to have the camera going. But anyway, I ran into one of my dad's friends. He came by, he was walking by, and I was having a chat with him. And we were talking about this tree that I want to cut down. This one right here. And this one is hung up on it, however. I'm after cutting it down. I highlighted it last time. But he's a lot more experienced with cutting down trees than I am, so he is going to come in and cut this down for me. And then I offered to give him wood for firewood for the winter, which is pretty fair, I think. He was only more than happy to do it, and he's actually going to take the remainder of the wood from the big tree as well. So it's a win-win for everybody. And since the last time we were in here, I planted some elderberry bushes, one right here. Another one right here. I planted an apple tree right here. Garlic's doing good. I planted another apple tree right here. And I've got some raspberries already right here, but I'm going to hopefully do some rolls like I told you last time right here. So I came in, I ordered these from a website and a nursery in Quebec, Canada. I'm in Canada, and they were shipped to me, and I got them a couple of days ago. And I came in here in the pouring rain. I had my cold weather gear on, and my wet weather gear on, and I already had the holes dug, but then I put the apple trees in the holes, and it was super messy, super muddy, so I didn't get any footage of that. But they're down. I got to mulch them, do some things, but hopefully they'll grow strong and have a good season. It's gonna be awesome. So right now I'm gonna work on my privacy fence. I've got some rails here for some of the fence project. Some other ones over here for some fencing. These are going to be vertical sticks. You'll see it when I get to the project. And I got some stakes over here as well, which I'm hopefully gonna stare at right now. Gonna do a point on them, drive them in the ground. So I've cut these down already, and I'm gonna make them pointy like this. Come up here on my sawhorse and try to do it. Probably a better way, but this is what I got to work with. This is what's happening. So I never really talked about what kind of idea I'm doing with the garden, so my hope is to turn it into a type of permaculture style food forest, which is, you know, but I'm not going to be super dogmatic about the permaculture part, but I'm going to take some permaculture principles and hopefully incorporate it into what works for me. I'm not really into blind dogma. I don't think that that's a particularly good way to live life. So with regards to the fruit trees and the elderberry bushes and stuff, primarily the fruit trees, my goal is to do a type of fruit tree guild, which is a permaculture principle or a permaculture idea, where you take a fruit tree and you build a sort of small ecosystem around the fruit tree. So in my case, I'm going to build my fruit tree, and then eventually next year I'm going to buy some nitrogen fixing plants. Also some plants that I can use as a living mulch and cover crop type deal, like comfrey, which is a pretty commonly used perennial in permaculture. Basically you do a chop and drop type thing, kind of like you see in the forest. If you can look around here, and not in this particular area, but other areas with, well, somewhat in this area, a lot of these weeds and stuff, they die back every year. They go into the soil. They become, you know, they become mulch basically for the forest floor. It feeds the soil, feeds nature. That's how nature grows. There's no one in nature throwing fertilizer around in the hopes that, you know, it grows better. It grows well on its own because it's nature, and this is how it is. So basically it's what you do in permaculture. So you have a lot of stuff that you can do chop and drop with, like comfrey, like I said, other things, even some of these weeds and stuff before they go to seed. I'll cut them off, put them on my beds, put them around my fruit trees, use them as mulch, keep the moisture in the soil. And around my fruit trees as well, I'm going to do a lot of a combination of medicinal and culinary herbs, which is something that I'm really interested in, but I don't really have a whole lot of knowledge of, particularly the medicinal herb type stuff. But I'm putting the horse before the cart here, and trying to get everything in place so that down the road, once I have the knowledge, I can then utilize the things that I've already planted. So I think that's a pretty good use of my time. You might disagree, but it's not your life. So yeah, that's what we're going to do now. I'm going to put some soil. I'm going to use some cardboard mulch in order to kill the weeds around the fruit trees themselves. Put some soil on top of that, and later today or maybe tomorrow or sometime this weekend, I'm going to bring in some of my herbs and plant them in. There's still the risk of some frost around here at this time of the year, so I'm going to hopefully get some cover and put over them and protect them a bit. So we'll see what happens. And if the frost does kill them, I've got more to go, which are younger seedlings now, and they'll be bigger in a couple of weeks when things with frost is past. I'll plant those, and thumbs up, everything will be fine. So anyway, that's what I'm going to do now. Check it out.